So we are into the PN junction. Under equilibrium. So when we say equilibrium, which means no external bias is applied across the terminals of the junction. So we'll capture the concepts in a nutshell. So we already know what is a p-type material and n-type material, and when they form a junction, the interesting things that happen in the vicinity of the junction is what controls the behavior of the PN junction later under forward and reverse bias. So even before we get into understanding the application of the field across the terminals of the p-type and n-type materials, that is shown here with the dark black, which is the metallization that is on a p-type material, and again a metallization on the n-type material to enable electrical contacts, and then which helps you to apply the field under forward and reverse bias. Now you see here in this image that the terminals are open circuited in the sense that there is no external bias. Therefore, we consider this PN junction under equilibrium. Now we know the majority carrier in a p-type material is the holes and the minority carriers are the electrons. In case of n-type, it is the electrons, the majority carriers, and the holes being the minority carriers. Now when they form a junction like this, there is a depletion layer, okay, which is devoid of any mobile charges being formed at the junction. Now we call this depletion because it is depleted of mobile charges. What it means is there are no charge carriers that are in motion here, and because of this formation of this depletion region, there is an induced field that is set up, which constitutes the potential barrier or the built-in potential of the junction. Okay, and the built-in potential or the barrier does not enable the majority carrier diffusing through the junction and crossing over to the, for example, it does not allow the holes from P to cross over to the diffuse to the N, and likewise the majority carrier in the N side being electrons cannot cross over the junction and reach the P. So this diffusion is actually hindered by the formation of this potential barrier. On the other hand, we say the equilibrium is established in this junction when the current due to the minority carriers okay, which cross over the junction. For example, in p-type, the minority carriers are the holes, electrons, excuse me, and in the n-type, the minority carriers are the holes. Now, because this induced field supports the drift of these minority carriers through the junction, constituting what is known as the drift current. So two currents. So as soon as the junction is formed, first thing that happens is the diffusion of majority carrier. Diffusion of majority carrier. Constituting a current, what is known as ID. The diffusion of majority carriers through the junction. This is the first step that happens. Now the diffusion cannot go on and on. So when diffusion of carrier take place, basically recombination happens. Recombination of carriers happen. What is this recombination? Recombination is actually when holes from, for example, from P type diffuse into the N type. Okay, the holes recombine with the electrons. Okay, and therefore these donor atoms, okay, are uncovered, and the donor atoms acquire a positive charges because of the recombination phenomena. So you form what is called the donor gets positively ionized because the electrons associated with the donor atom have recombined with the holes that diffuse into the junction. Likewise, the majority carrier in the inside electrons, when they diffuse into the P type, they uncover the these acceptor atoms, and the acceptor atoms now have become, of course, they are fixed to the lattice, both the acceptor and the donor atoms, and those charge carriers in the vicinity of the junctions, they are no more there. So that is why we say this region is depleted of charge carriers. So recombination of charge carriers, as explained, happen. I'm sure this point is very clear. The vicinity of the junction happens the donor and the acceptor atoms acquire positive and negative charge respectively. Okay, now once the recombination happens, then the region in the vicinity of the junction is now depleted of mobile. The mobile charge carriers are, of course, the holes and the electrons. Mobile charge carriers. Hence, known as depletion or space charge region. Okay, so this is the initial stuff that happens. Now we will continue. So once the space charge is formed, the consequence is the appearance of electric field across the junction pointing from N side to P side. So that's it. So I have a junction like this. This is my N side, this is my P side. The induced field in the junction points in this direction, leading to, and therefore a barrier across the junction is established. Now, this barrier hinders the diffusion of carriers, majority carriers. From either side of the junction. And at the same time, your the minority carriers namely the electrons on the P and holes on the N, they experience this induced field and they respond to this field, okay, causing a drift current to flow. At the same time, so simultaneously it is happening. At the same time, the minority carriers experience this electric field and flow across the junction. We have seen all of these. I am just summing it up. So when the diffusion current that flows from left to right, it is always, current is always, the conventional direction current is always from positive to negative. Therefore, the direction of the diffusion comes from the majority carrier. So majority carrier in P type is holes. The holes go from left to right. Okay. And electrons being negatively charged, it goes from right to left. However, the conventional current direction is always from positive to negative. Therefore, the diffusion current that flows from left to right, and what about the drift current? The drift current due to minority carriers, drift current due to minority carriers. Now, the minority carrier in p-type is electrons. Okay, so the electron will flow across the junction. Therefore, the drift current will flow from right to left. Drift current due to minority carriers flow. Okay, that flow from right to left. Are equal, then we can say the equilibrium is established. So established. You see here. So this is my junction. This is my P. This is my N side. Now, as far as the diffusion current goes, it is the majority carrier. It goes from ID. Now, drift current. So this is my depletion region. And this is my IS. IS stands for the drift current. Drift current is always due to, in this case, it is minority carrier. Here, diffusion current. So they are in opposite direction to each other when the PN junction is under no bias or zero bias, or we say the terminals are open circuited, diffusion current. So when ID equal to IS, we say the PN junction is under equilibrium. Although there is a built-in potential, across the barrier, the terminals are open circuited. Okay, and this built-in potential cannot be measured across the terminals because it is open circuited. Okay, and I already told you the contact potential that is taken with the metal layer on the p-type and n-type, the contact potential exactly counter and balance the built-in potential. Okay, therefore there won't be any voltage appearing with a voltmeter or any measuring device. So built-in potential cannot be experimentally measured. The PN junction is under equilibrium. Okay, so that is the point. Now come to reverse bias. Okay, now we are coming to forward bias and reverse bias. The figure here shown the p-type material, which is with the acceptor impurity, okay, which has the majority carriers as holes, is connected to a negative of the battery, whereas the n-type material is connected with a majority carrier electrons which are negatively charged, is connected to the positive of the battery. Source, in which case we actually see that the PN junction is under reverse bias, because P, you can easily understand, P and N here corresponds to, if you were to consider it as an easy way of remembering, P is the positive and N is the negative. Of course, P is not positive. P is a p-type material and N is a n-type material, and if it is connected in the with the opposite polarity of the source, then we call this reverse bias. So reverse bias definition is P type connected to a negative, like shown in this figure, negative, and N type connected to the positive. Okay, so when this is the thing, then what happens? Okay, so we'll take one step at a time. Now there is a built-in potential. There is a depletion layer also without bias. Now what I have done is I have connected like this. Now the first question that should occur, will it support diffusion? That is the question that you must ask. So the answer to that, it will not support diffusion. The diffusion current will be greatly reduced because diffusion of majority carrier. Now when it is actually in the with the opposite polarity it is connected, what is happening is rather the built-in potential will increase. Okay, so let us talk about this one by one. Now we see that this VR is the, let us say VR is the reverse bias voltage that we apply to the junction. Okay, now the holes is going to be, holes are positively charged, electrons are negatively charged. Okay, so definitely this terminal being negative and this terminal being positive, okay, it will actually cause the depletion layer width to increase. Okay, so effective barrier voltage therefore increases. That is the number one. Effective barrier voltage increases. Earlier it was only V naught under equilibrium. Now it has become V naught plus, okay, plus VR. So barrier has increased. That is why you see this reverse bias. Earlier it was like this. Now it has acquired this additional voltage that is coming from the source, but it is connected in reverse bias. So therefore the effective barrier increases. Diffusion mechanism is therefore greatly hindered. Diffusion of charge carriers is greatly hindered. Now we will see analytically how much. In fact, if you look at the diffusion current will become insignificant. Okay, it will tend to become, ID will be close to zero, and in fact there won't be any diffusion current at all, even for VR. Okay, VR equal to, these were the general purpose diode. Of course, there are some exceptions. We'll come to that later. So for a general purpose diode, okay, under PN junction, when it is connected in reverse bias, VR equal to, when it is like VR equal to 1 volt, you will see that the diffusion whenever we say it is the majority carrier we talk about. Okay, so diffusion of charge carriers is greatly hindered. Okay, and end result is, even for VR equal to 1 volt, ID will become 0. That is the point. Now what about the drift current? Drift current definitely will be there, IS, because now drift across the junction. So drift is actually minority carriers that are generated by thermal voltage. Is a drift, IS is actually the drift current that flows through the junction is attributed to the movement of minority carriers. So minority carriers, by now you understand what is minority and majority. Minority carriers. Movement of minority carriers, okay, across the junction. Now what about its magnitude? We'll see that. So if you look at this IS, minority carriers are generated by thermal. Okay, so which means IS will be a strong function of temperature. More the minority carriers, more the IS value will be a strong function of temperature, because minority carriers are indeed generated by thermal mechanism. Okay, so a strong function of temperature. And under reverse bias, the current is purely due to IS, the drift current of the minority carriers. Okay, and we will say that, we will show later that IS is actually almost a constant. It is extremely small. It is not like the majority carrier, because the carrier concentration, we already saw in the morning itself, the carrier concentration when it is majority carrier, it is of the order of 10 power 16, 10 power 15. But when we talk about the minority carriers, it is coming to the order of 10 power 3, 10 power 4. Okay, depending on the doping levels. So minority carrier concentration is already very less. Therefore, the current due to this drift is going to be extremely small. Evident. And we will also show that it will acquire a constant value. This is what we will see in the next class and the following classes. But for now, you can understand that diffusion is not supported under reverse bias. The drift mechanism is there, but the drift happens due to the minority carriers, and the minority carriers are generated by thermal process. Therefore, IS is a strong function of temperature, and IS is extremely small because the concentration of minority carriers itself is small, and it will acquire a constant value that we will show mathematically later and with analysis. Okay, so that is about it. Now, to support a large barrier, the last point with this is, when we want to support a large barrier voltage, okay, we need to understand that. See, think about what is in the depletion region. So in the depletion region, it is the ionized donor impurity on the N side, which is being shown now, and they are fixed to the lattice. Now on the other side, I have shown a few representative acceptor ions which acquire a negative charge due to the diffusion. That is how the thing is carried. So the electrons in the holes in the P will be actually repelled by this way of connection under reverse bias. Therefore, the barrier width has to increase. So it will uncover a lot of this thing. Okay, it will uncover a lot of acceptor ions on the P side and a lot of positively charged donor ions on the N side. Okay, so to support a large barrier, now the barrier is actually V naught plus VR. To support that, we note that we need a corresponding increase in the stored uncovered charges. We say stored charges because they are fixed to the lattice. The ions themselves cannot move. Okay, it is the electrons and the holes that actually move through the junction, not the ions, which are fixed to the lattice. So we call that as stored uncovered charges. Okay, so now there will be, in order that it has to support. Okay, so therefore we can see that. So what is the consequence? The consequence will be the width, depletion width will increase. Will increase correspondingly with the increase in barrier voltage. Okay, so that is the point. Now what will be the stuff? So whatever we derived the expressions for, or rather we stated the expressions for the this one, the depletion width, the same expression holds good, except that we have to replace the barrier potential with instead of V naught, it will become V naught plus VR. That is the only thing. So it is 2 epsilon s. Please make sure I am writing it correctly. By Q 1 by Na plus 1 by Nd. We have instead of V naught, now it becomes V naught plus VR. So definitely the depletion width will increase correspondingly with the increase in barrier voltage, which now becomes V naught plus. So under reverse bias, the diode does not conduct. Okay, the diode does not conduct. The drift current is extremely small, very small. Like we'll see that what is the value typically. If you talk in terms of milliampere to 1 ampere diode and all in the forward bias, here it will become actually microampere or even less. Okay, so reverse bias does not support diffusion. We need to support the diffusion process in order for the PN junction to conduct. Okay, so that is the main thing. Now we can see the same expression wherever V naught was there, the same thing holds good. So we can actually see the we will also have the same expression A. This is the expression we derived in the morning little bit. Now here, except that I told you one expression, if you remember, rest of the things we can actually be able to derive quickly. But Na Nd by Na plus Nd. Okay, I have written capital and small mixed up. Please, I am sorry for that. Na Nd, and here it becomes, earlier it was V naught, now it becomes V naught plus VR. Now what will be the thing? Because these values are increasing, so obviously width will increase. The stored uncovered charge also increases. The stored uncovered charge increases. The stored, we say stored because it is the ions are fixed to the lattice. The stored uncovered charges increase. Now what about the forward bias? In the forward bias, we actually, the p-type is connected to the positive of the source. Forward bias. P-type connected to the positive of the source like shown here, and N-type we take the metallization with the contact at the metallization with this polarity of the source. N-type connected to the negative of the source. The source is here. So you can see that I just want you to tell something here. One thing, just a minute. So you see here the potential is okay. VR is the source. It is in the same direction. See VR, we have already seen the V0 is in this direction because the induced field goes from positive to negative. The potential is always the negative. The potential is actually with the counter sign of the electric field direction. Okay, so when you move from the positive to the negative, you actually go along the increasing direction of the field or decreasing direction of the potential. Okay, so here the VR is actually in the same direction as V0. Therefore, the barrier is increasing. Okay, so please note down that the reverse voltage potential, reverse potential is in the same direction as the built-in potential. But here you see the forward potential is actually positive is here, negative is here. Okay, so positive is here, negative is here. Now built-in potential, if you are to see, it is in this direction. These were more potential. We are moving from a lower potential to higher potential. But here, lower potential to higher potential is in opposite direction. So this is my forward bias. So the potential, the built-in potential and the direction of the forward potential are in opposite direction. Therefore, causing the barrier to decrease with the application of the forward potential. More the VF value, this barrier will be overcome. That is the idea. Okay, so you have to understand that. So it supports larger diffusion supported as a result of lowering of barrier voltage. This is the reason. Larger diffusion. The diffusion mechanism is now supported, not hindered. A larger diffusion supported as a result of lowering the barrier, potential barrier. Okay, so this is the first step. The second point which I want you to understand. So definitely ID, diffusion current will increase. Diffusion current will be large. Many orders, in fact, many orders greater than, as I told you already, many orders greater than the drift current. Many orders greater than drift current. Now we already told you that the direction of the diffusion current and drift current are in opposite direction. Therefore, the drift current, the diffusion current will be in this direction. Okay, so you have already seen that diffusion current. That is why this length of the arrow is drawn intentionally with a larger length compared to the drift current. ID is much greater. So orders, many orders greater. Typically, like If I talk in terms of milliampere, here it will be of the microamperes or smaller than that. Okay, so that is the idea. And then you will have the effect, the total current, therefore, the total current that flows through the junction. So lowering of the potential barrier is seen here with V0 minus Vf. See, that is the thing. So I told you they are in opposite direction. So V0 minus Vf. Okay, the total current that flows through the junction of course the circuit is now complete, is I equal to what will be the value of I? ID minus Is. Now Is if it is 3 orders lower, all the current will be due to the diffusion only. So the diffusion is greatly supported under forward bias. That is why we say PN junction conducts under forward bias. Okay, so and the magnitude of this total ID is going to be dependent on the forward bias voltage. Magnitude of ID dependent on forward bias voltage. So to sum it up, what we are seeing is under forward bias, the potential barrier is lowered, the diffusion is supported, the current is mainly due to the diffusion. Okay, so ID dominates over the drift current. Under reverse bias, ID is almost negligibly small that it tends to become zero. There is only the drift current due to the minority carrier movement, and the drift current is also negligible and it remains constant. Okay, under unless we go to the reverse breakdown voltage. We will come to those kind of properties later, but for now you understand that ID is tending to zero under reverse bias, Is is extremely small. Now, so there the barrier is increased with the reverse bias. So magnitude of ID dependent on the forward voltage. With this, I end the qualitative explanation to the working of or working and understanding of the PN junction. Under equilibrium, we summed it up, and then I discussed about the PN junction under reverse bias, where the barrier is increasing, hindering the diffusion greatly. Therefore, ID tend to zero. In case of forward bias, the diffusion is greatly supported by the lowering of the potential barrier, and you have the total current that comes predominantly by the diffusion current itself, because Is is extremely small, and the ID is dependent on the forward voltage. We will see the current voltage characteristics in the subsequent classes. Thank you. Just a second.